Father Jack, you've been ministering in Muskegon County for 35, 40 years.
Yep.
And we would just like to hear what you think you've accomplished in that time, what you think still needs to be accomplished, what your focus has been in your ministry over all this.
Well, I haven't cured poverty in Muskegon County, I assure you. It's a kind of trying to be faithful to the spirit of the gospel. And people come to you, and I don't even have any outreach. They just suddenly show up at your door with their lives, and you see if you can say yes to what they need. It's a simple equation. The gospel doesn't ask to judge who they are. It judges they have a need. And I try to respond to that in that spirit. It's been exciting, actually. I was telling somebody, I said Mass at the prison for 28 years, I think. And I became very fond of the prisoners. I long ago quit seeing them as prisoners. I knew their names. They were very faithful. But ministry is less about cultic worship and more about I had a need. And I always had a hard time saying no to somebody. So I was able to, in my ministry, fulfill a love of poetry and a love of trout fishing and whatever service you could bring to those in need. It took various shapes and ways and forms. I didn't want to have to judge somebody. I told a judge once, he was going to be sentencing a young man who got busted for selling pot. And I wrote him a letter. His family asked me to write the judge a letter, and I did. But I concluded I told him, I could never be a judge. I couldn't do it. But I said, as the scriptures talk about a parable that Jesus said, a certain man had two sons. And how does he judge? This is Father's Day. There's a beautiful piece of writing. I think it's by Charles Piggy. And it's called A Vision of Prayer. And it's a long commentary on the Our Father. But he says, he has Jesus saying, once, not Jesus, but supposedly God the Father, saying, once you've been a father, then you can't be anything else. Once you've been a father, you can't be anything. You know, you can try to judge and you give laws. And once you've been a father, you can't be anything else. And I have a title, Father, which I rarely use, as I'm fond of saying I have no children to speak of. But the title is an honorific, and those who are comfortable with it are fine. I have loved what I do, and you can get, unhappy with people who keep coming back, or their lives never seem to improve. But those are the lives of the poor. You don't cure poverty. You don't cure poverty. That's beyond our scope. That would take a society changing its social structures and laws in order to do that. But you find them in a moment of crisis or need. If you can, you solve the problem at that time. It doesn't elevate their status in any way, but sometimes they're grateful, sometimes they're not. But if you're in the business wanting people to be grateful for your help, you're in the wrong business. When they are, well, wonderful. One time saw a lady who I had helped. I paid some college tuition, or she would not have been able to continue school. And I had totally forgotten it. Well, I met her like 4 or 5 years later. She was done with school, and she wanted to pay the money back. And I was like, wow, I'm not used to this. People who do pay you back, it usually comes out of another need. So it's a losing proposition. The world, I remember a poet said, the world has always been the dunghill it is now. It serves only here and there to nourish some rare flower. Well, it's an honor to be, if you think about it, a rare flower. But we are nourished by and in the dunghill of the world. And I really don't have many illusions that we're going to solve much. But it's a joy to meet people. You hear their stories, and they all kind of become one story with various themes. Often they're victimized by culture, circumstance, personal, maybe genetic, and social history. So I guess that's been my life. I'm grateful that some people want to name a foundation after me. It's flattering, I guess. I would just like it to continue to respond to need as rapidly and without as little fanfare as we can. I like that.